What is happening in the world right now? We've got the latest updates that you need to know, and trust us, you don't want to miss this. The news cycle is moving at lightning speed, and if you blink, you'll miss it. From the most intense marital disputes hitting the big screen to massive franchise shakeups that have fans buzzing, we're diving deep into the stories that are dominating headlines and sparking conversations. Get ready for a rapid-fire rundown that'll keep you on the edge of your seat. We're exploring a unique opportunity to connect with a legendary city and uncovering the latest on a cinematic universe that keeps us all guessing. Stick around, because this is the information you've been waiting for. This is the information you've been waiting for. Don't go anywhere. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. A marriage explodes on screen. Prepare for a cinematic journey into the heart of a relationship pushed to its absolute breaking point. The new film, The Roses, opens with a scene so raw and intense, it immediately plunges us into the chaotic world of a marriage teetering on the edge. In a therapist's office, Theo Rose delivers a line that perfectly encapsulates the fractured state of his union. "I would rather live with her than a wolf." This isn't your typical couples therapy session. It's a battlefield of blistering barbs and simmering resentment, where even the simple act of listing 10 things you love about each other devolves into a brutal exchange. Ivy, Theo's wife, suggests his most redeeming quality is simply, he has arms, a backhanded compliment that speaks volumes about their current dynamic. The therapist, witnessing this escalating hostility, declares with palpable resignation, "I see so much resentment, I don't think you have the capacity to fix your problems." The Roses is not afraid to delve into the darkest corners of marital discord, charting a course through escalating hate and psychological warfare. The film navigates a precarious tonal tightrope, attempting to blend dark comedy with the devastating reality of a marriage imploding. It takes the microaggressions, the burning of prized possessions, and the chilling threat of a loaded gun, and tries to weave them into a narrative that is somehow still funny. This is a challenging feat, one that proved difficult for the iconic 1989 version, The War of the Roses, and it appears to be the same trap that ensnares this new iteration. The experience of watching this marriage disintegrate with such ferocity, as both partners seem intent on inflicting maximum hurt, is described as akin to watching Marriage Story on MDMA, a potent and unsettling cocktail. Benedict Cumberbatch and Olivia Colman step into the shoes of Theo and Ivy, bringing their signature dry British wit to roles originally embodied by Michael Douglas and Kathleen Turner. They skillfully portray a couple whose initial love is believable, yet whose capacity for deep-seated hatred is equally palpable. Cumberbatch is the prickly, high-flying architect, whose career ambitions are matched by his wife's burgeoning culinary success. Colman plays Ivy, a chef whose talent for both elaborate desserts and down-home cooking clashes with Theo's demanding profession. As their lives intertwine and their careers take different trajectories, Theo, becoming the primary caregiver while Ivy's restaurant, "We've Got Crabs," takes flight, the resentments begin to fester. Screenwriter Tony McNamara sets this drama in the affluent enclave of Mendocino, California, a backdrop of Negronis and Audis that contrasts sharply with the couple's internal turmoil. The supporting cast, including Andy Samberg and Kate McKinnon as a couple grappling with their own marital inertia, adds layers to the narrative. Samberg delivers a particularly poignant line about his wife's changing presence. "When we were younger, I knew what she was going to say before she said it. Now I don't know what she said after she said it." McKinnon, meanwhile, reprises her hypersexual, off-kilter persona, a characterization that feels familiar. The film meticulously details the erosion of Theo and Ivy's relationship. Theo takes on domestic duties with a certain grim determination, quoting Charles Bukowski to his children, while Ivy misses significant family moments. The friends observe sporadic, dizzying waves of hatred, as neither partner is willing to yield or apologize. The narrative escalates from deepfake videos targeting Theo's clients to hacking Ivy's restaurant suppliers, culminating in a shocking turn of events. The film raises profound questions about the nature of marriage. Does love inevitably curdle? Should we cherish the remaining moments of joy? Can those who love us most inflict the deepest wounds? Or is it a cautionary tale about letting resentments fester and the perils of changing roles within a partnership? Ultimately, The Roses explores the persistent effort to tap into the original wellspring of love that once defined the relationship, with Ivy's poignant observation, "You stopped. You're not supposed to stop," resonating deeply. The film, rated R for language, sexual content, and drug content, runs 105 minutes and has received a 2-star rating out of 4. Hold on tight, because the drama on screen is intense, but the drama behind the scenes in the Marvel Universe is just as captivating. Next, we're diving into the multiverse and uncovering why a certain fan-favorite Avengers return is being shrouded in so much mystery. An Avengers' secret identity revealed. In the ever-expanding Marvel Cinematic Universe, anticipation for the upcoming Avengers, Doomsday, is reaching fever pitch. Fans are eager to see how the monumental narrative threads will converge, especially with the confirmed return of Robert Downey Jr. However, a peculiar situation has emerged surrounding Benedict Cumberbatch's role as Doctor Strange. Despite numerous confirmations from Cumberbatch himself, Marvel Studios seems to be maintaining an uncharacteristic silence, leaving fans bewildered and speculating about the extent of the Sorcerer Supreme's involvement. The specifics of Avengers, Doomsday remain tightly guarded, but the sheer excitement for the film is undeniable, fueled by the prospect of massive hero team-ups. While the initial cast announcement featured a star-studded lineup, Cumberbatch's name was conspicuously absent, leading to surprise given his previous affirmations. Back in January, Cumberbatch openly confirmed his participation, a statement that was only amplified when he was seen without a dedicated chair during a live cast announcement event. Addressing the situation with a touch of humor in an interview with Brazilian outlet Omelete, he quipped, "I don't know, maybe they didn't have enough chairs." This lighthearted response, while amusing, does little to quell the underlying curiosity. Kevin Feige, the mastermind behind the MCU, has hinted that Doomsday will feature more actors than were initially revealed. Yet, the persistence with which Cumberbatch confirms his role, coupled with Marvel's notoriously strict security protocols, raises eyebrows. This isn't the first time Cumberbatch has spoken about his involvement. He initially stated he was only set to appear in Secret Wars, only to later retract that statement and clarify that he would indeed be in Doomsday. The actor's willingness to engage with fans about his role, despite potential studio reticence, offers a refreshing level of transparency, especially when contrasted with the often tight-lipped nature of Marvel productions. One can't help but wonder if these repeated public affirmations have landed Cumberbatch in hot water with the studio. The history of the MCU is rife with instances of actors being sworn to secrecy, guarding the intricate plotlines of the shared universe. While some, like Tom Holland, have famously stumbled and revealed spoilers inadvertently, Cumberbatch's consistent confirmations suggest a deliberate, albeit potentially risky, strategy. Doomsday has been in production since April, with directors the Russo brothers orchestrating a complex, months-long shoot involving a vast ensemble cast. Cumberbatch's repeated assurances of his presence in the film imply a significant role, but the exact nature and scope of Doctor Strange's contribution to the film's overarching narrative remain a mystery. Fans are undoubtedly eager for Doctor Strange's return to the MCU, particularly following the intriguing events of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. The post-credits scene of that film depicted him with a third eye and introduced Charlize Theron's Klee, leaving audiences with many unanswered questions. The hope is that Doomsday will provide some of these answers and further explore the character's journey. Avengers, Doomsday is slated for release on December 18th of next year as part of the 2026 movie slate. Until then, the studio's official confirmation of Doctor Strange's appearance is eagerly awaited by the global fanbase. While the fate of superheroes keeps us on the edge of our seats, there's another unique opportunity unfolding that connects us directly to the heart of a legendary city. Prepare to discover how you can make your voice heard in a special tribute to London. A city's story told through your words. Since its inception in 2013, Letters Live has captivated audiences with its unique format, bringing cherished correspondence to life through readings by renowned actors. Over 120,000 people have experienced these events, where letters from figures as diverse as Iggy Pop and Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart have been read aloud by stars like Olivia Colman, Gillian Anderson, and Benedict Cumberbatch, who also serves as a co-producer. Now, The Times, in collaboration with Letters Live and supported by Montblanc, is extending an extraordinary opportunity to its readers and the wider public. This year's Letters Live event, set to take place at the iconic Royal Albert Hall in November, is hosting a special writing competition. Dear London. Participants are invited to put pen to paper, digital or physical, and compose a letter addressed to the capital city itself. This is a chance for anyone, from seasoned writers to casual observers, to share their personal connection, reflections, or affections for London, its people, or its vibrant spirit. The competition, which has been running throughout the summer, is now in its final weeks, urging potential entrants to submit their heartfelt messages. The winning letter writer will not only have the immense privilege of attending the prestigious Letters Live show at the Royal Albert Hall, but will also have their letter read aloud on stage during the evening's proceedings. This offers a truly unique platform for an individual's voice to be heard amidst a celebrated cultural event. To enter the Dear London competition, aspiring writers need to send their letters via email to dearlondon@letterslive.com or by post to Dear London, PO Box 80 1900, London WC 1A9RH, ensuring they include their contact details. The selection process involves an independent editor appointed by Letters Live, who will curate a shortlist. From this shortlist, an independent judging panel will ultimately select the winning entry. The deadline for all submissions is midnight on September 19, 2025. Entrants must be 18 years or older, and each letter should not exceed 500 words, ensuring a concise yet impactful message. This initiative goes beyond a simple writing contest. It's an invitation to engage deeply with the essence of London. Whether it's a fond memory of a specific landmark, a poignant observation about the city's inhabitants, or a heartfelt ode to its enduring character, every letter has the potential to resonate. It's a chance to contribute to a living archive of sentiments about one of the world's most dynamic cities, celebrated through the power of written word and live performance. The blend of personal narrative and public recognition makes this a truly special opportunity for anyone who feels a connection to London. From the personal stories shared with a city, we turn to a story that's making waves on the big screen, exploring the dramatic highs and lows of a modern marriage. Get ready for a deep dive into The Roses, a film that's being hailed as a powerful, albeit dark, comedy about love, resentment, and the ultimate unraveling of a relationship. A hilarious, heartbreaking portrait of a marriage's demise. The film, The Roses, arrives with a significant pedigree, often described as a remake of the iconic 1989 dark comedy, The War of the Roses. This label, however, immediately places the new film in a precarious position. Remakes are frequently viewed through the lens of Hollywood's perceived lack of original ideas, a low-risk strategy prioritizing economic success over artistic innovation. Critics often find themselves comparing new iterations to their predecessors, making it challenging for a remake to stand on its own merits. As one critique of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake put it, such films can be evidence of the entertainment industry's artistic laziness and penchant for pre-sold product. Yet the history of cinema is undeniably built on repetition and reimagining. The very essence of filmmaking involves building upon existing narratives, providing audiences with familiar structures and thematic elements that resonate due to their repeated exploration. Some of cinema's most celebrated works are, in fact, remakes. The classic, The Maltese Falcon, often considered the birth of film noir, was itself a remake. Perhaps, as the text suggests, terms like reimagining, reinterpretation, or adaptation might better capture the spirit of these films, or borrowing from theater. A revival could imply a breathing of new life into an old story. Approaching The Roses with the affection held for the original The War of the Roses might induce a sense of apprehension, a fear of disappointment. However, this reviewer found the experience to be anything but disheartening. From the very first scene, featuring Theo, Benedict Cumberbatch, and Ivy Rose, Olivia Colman, in a therapy session, the audience and the reviewer were drawn into laughter. The initial discomfort of comparison quickly dissolved as the film established its own unique comedic rhythm. Both Colman and Cumberbatch deliver performances that are delightful in their portrayal of resentment and sharp-tongued insults, making their characters dynamic, both believable and hilariously painful. The film rapidly shifts focus from comparison to appreciation of its distinct qualities: a different setting, a contemporary context, and a new set of contemporary concerns. The supporting cast, a collection of stellar comedic talent, further anchors the film's Anglo-American sensibility of mutual misunderstanding. The Roses masterfully navigates the territory of dark comedy, a genre that deals with humanity's bleaker aspects, often touching on taboo subjects like the erosion of love. It presents a pessimistic view of human nature through a darkly absurd aesthetic, though it acknowledges that humor is subjective and can alienate certain sensibilities. For instance, the film's use of allergies as a tool for manipulation, while unsettling, is presented as fitting within the context of a narrative about toxic manipulation. The reviewer notes moments where the descent into toxicity becomes so profound that it requires a conscious reminder that it is a fictional work and not a documentary on domestic abuse. Despite its dark themes, The Roses is undeniably funny. The humor begins with the starkness of the therapy session and evolves through various tones, some gentle and broad, others bleaker and more unpredictable as the relationship deteriorates. The script is sharply written, with insults delivered with impressive panache. The writing and performances are largely brilliant, presenting a satire that critiques competitiveness over connection and the emptiness that arises from constant comparison rather than genuine attachment. A minor quibble is raised regarding the writing of the children, whose absurdity occasionally felt slightly elevated compared to Colman's masterfully naturalistic portrayal of parental distress. Ultimately, the recommendation is clear. The Roses is a fun, solid 4-star comedy film that is highly recommended. That's a wrap on our cinematic deep dive, but the news doesn't stop here. We've got a lightning-fast recap of all today's biggest stories coming right up. That's all the top stories for today. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment below telling us what you thought of today's news. You can also follow us on all our social media channels for more updates.